How would you explain the finish and how they were able to come back there?
They made some tough plays. We had a difficult time. Thought we missed a couple of bunnies, a couple of good looks. It's frustrating. We're right there up 12 with 5 to play. I thought that second group into the third to the middle of the fourth really played well. It had a lot of energy and pop. Trying to bleed some of our starting guys back in, and give the Spurs credit. They made plays on both sides of the ball, just enough, to come away with it.
And the 3-point attempt by Kuz there toward the end, what was the play? What were you guys looking for?
I was thinking about going quick. We talked about it during the free throw. I'm not sure if it was articulated down the line, but I wanted to go quick. I had one more timeout, just trying to extend the game. So now you could, get a bucket, take a foul, free throws, and then advance and see what happens.
Wes, can you evaluate your defense a little bit more generally? Even though it happened at the end of the game, it wasn't necessarily the Spurs' first kind of run where they went on where you guys would get up pretty big and then let them back in. How do you feel like you guys did overall?
Well, the biggest problem we had was the transition, and that was throughout, particularly in the first half. And that just led to a volume of points in the paint. And not all of them were off turnovers, just missed shots or not the urgency, kind of run into our own matchups instead of just finding the nearest guy. And to their credit, that's a strength of that team. Talked about it pregame. Third in pace, number one in 3-point attempts in transition, and they did that tonight.
Was it different watching 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓𝗪 in person than watching him on film?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's one thing to kind of get a sense for, but you see it, up close and personal. Kid's got a lot of talent, and it's still probably going to fill out a little bit, develop into his body, but very skilled, very poised, and obviously he showed he can score on all 3 levels.
Bagley had his second plus 20-point, plus 10 rebound performance. What have you seen in his agility to be able to maintain that and be consistent with that?
Yeah, I mean, I hope it stays consistent. He's done a really good job in 2 games. With a limited package of plays, just once again plays to his strengths. Doesn't try to do anything that is out of character. Has really good feel, for the game defensively. I think has a good feel for pick and roll coverage, active hands, making plays late around the rim. I just continue to kind of expand as we grow with him. He'll get more comfortable with what we're trying to do, and I think that'll help him.
How do you foresee him meshing once Gaff comes back from the concussion protocol?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a problem. I think it's good to have positional size. Whether you start, come off the bench, but it's a good thing to have.
Wes, on the Sochan free throws with 28.5 seconds to go, did you consider challenging that foul call?
Well, with just the one timeout, I was a little concerned about doing that.
It felt like Bilal kind of got his footing going as the game wore on, especially he played a big role in that start to the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
What did you like from him tonight?
His aggression, I think on both sides, just playing downhill. Found a little bit of rhythm in the pick and roll, and he just put his head down. I thought probably should have gotten a couple of and-ones, a couple of free throws on those drives, but, just playing with force, playing downhill was good for him.
Corey had the great dunk, and then a tech was called right after that. What was the explanation there?
It's kind of one of the newer rules, that bench decorum, guys stepping onto the court, and I didn't see it. Who did it? I think it was probably a couple guys who just stepped across the threshold. Doesn't have to be much, but by the letter of the law, it's an infraction.
Wes, after a game like this, as disappointing as it was, how do you keep your guys positive or their emotions up, particularly with a game less than 24 hours?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be frustrating until it's probably tomorrow morning, but we have another game to play, another game to plan for, another marquee matchup to kind of figure out. So you have to fail quickly, learn from it, and we'll watch the film and kind of extract some of the lessons, but you can't dwell on it because you got to turn around and perform tomorrow.
do you have in mind what it is you plan to teach about tonight? What feels teachable out of tonight's loss?
Well, there's quite a few things. I mean, the film will tell the story, but just off the top, the second chance points, the defensive rebounding's got to get better. The transition piece, which is a big piece of this, and we knew going in the priority was the paint, minimizing the paint. And some of that, of course, was transition. Some of it's just one-on-one offensive rebound. So it happens a number of ways, but those are things you can kind of look at, and then kind of look at the stretch and see where we went wrong toward the end of the game. What we could fix when we find ourselves in those situations.
Sir. Coach, defense has been an issue all year long. Is it an effort issue? Is it a personnel issue? And is it fixable at this point?
I think it's fixable, and I think it's there are areas of improvement. Of course, it's not where it wants to be, where we want it to be, where it needs to be, but that's something we're going to continue to hammer at. It's not going to change overnight, but I think just incremental gains whenever we can find them, cleaning up certain areas, and I think those marginal wins throughout will be palatable once we put it together.
Super tough. We had a good chance to win there in the fourth, up 12, or I think it was 12. And we missed some shots. They went on a run, cut it down, and ended up winning. It's always tough when you compete like that. Fight our way through the whole game to get in that position, and then kind of let it go and let loose at the end. And, it's a hard pill to swallow, but we just got to learn from it. The good thing about the game is we got another one tomorrow, another opportunity to come out and try to get another win. So we just got to watch the game, watch the film back tonight, wake up tomorrow, scratch it, and get ready for the next one.
What's it been like these last few games? I'm sure not knowing much of the playbook and starting and playing heavy minutes.
It's all a learning process right now for me. I'm still picking up things, game 2, but it's coming along. I think it's coming along faster than I thought it would. The guys have been helping me out a lot out there on the court, in the locker room. Coaches watching film with me. So it's coming together, and I'm just excited to get to the point where I'm comfortable with everything, comfortable with the system, and to where I feel like I can, do it second nature without having to second guess sometimes if I'm doing the right or wrong thing. But like I said, it's basketball at the end of the day. Just go out there, compete, play hard. You make a mistake, coaches will tell you, you fix it, and just continue to move forward, continue to stack days.
Had you played against 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗡 previously with the Pistons, and just what was the matchup like tonight?
I haven't played. That was my first time playing him. He's a great talent, obviously. The things he can do out there with the basketball, and him being 7'4" or whatever he is, they just throw it up to him, and he can just create. So it's definitely tough playing a guy like that, but it's a fun challenge, and I look forward to many more battles.
Before your first game against the Knicks, we kind of talked about that pick and roll connection with Tyus. He mentioned he was excited to work with you on that, and it looks like it's kind of come a long way even over just the last few games. He's had a pretty good number of assists to you in the pick and roll. How is that connection coming along?
It's great. He's a great point guard. I've been watching him. Obviously, he went to Duke, so been keeping eyes on him when he was in Memphis. Just watching how he plays the game. So to be able to be his teammate now and figure out where he likes, me to set the screen, how I want to set the screen, how I should roll out, what he prefers to come off. Like, just those conversations has been very helpful. And we continue to have those conversations, that dialogue out there on the floor as well. So just continuing to build on that and keep putting one foot in front of the other, and like I said, continue to stack good days.
Tonight you showed a little bit of that ability to kind of step out beyond the three-point line. How does your game feel there? What's your comfort level beyond the three-point line, and where do you look to go forward with that?
I'm very comfortable shooting that shot. I just think opportunities and past situations, systems, and things like that. I've been, playing within that, and but I'm very comfortable shooting that, and if I work on it, pretty much every day. So, a lot of shots in the summertime, to be able to shoot it with confidence. And like I said, if I have a opportunity to shoot it, and if it's a great shot, I'm let it fly and trust, all the work that I put in, and just shoot it. And, you never know if it's going to go in if you never shoot it. So that's my mindset, and just try to continue to just play hard, and whenever those opportunities come, take them.
How well of a front court tandem do you and Daniel Gafford pose when you guys are in the lineup together going forward?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited, man, to play when he gets back out there. I played against him before. I love his game. He gets on the glass. He lob threat. He can dunk with energy. He brings energy. So to kind of be able to have that on the same team, a guy like me, myself, and a guy like him, I think it'll be fun. I'm excited to see how we play together. And yeah, I'm excited to see what happens moving forward.
When you were with Detroit, you did face Denver. What kinds of things schematically are you focused in on for tomorrow?
That depends on the coaching staff and what they want to do, how they want to go into the game. But I played against Denver already this season, and we just try to make it as hard for Jokic as possible. That was our game plan, and push his catches out and let him catch in his comfort spots, and just compete. That's really it. And I think, like I said, once tomorrow comes, we have our walkthrough. We figure out how we want to guard him and the rest of those guys. But I think it's all about effort and sticking to whatever the game plan is and doing it with our best foot forward.
Oh man, that's just what I say in French. But it was a fun time. Just happy for each other. We grew up together, playing together when we were like 12, and now we're playing in the league against each other. But yeah, we just love the moment, and can't wait to win that next game.
Bilal, you're a pest on defense. Now, offensively, what goals have you set for yourself to improve offensively?
I'll say just like my ball handling. I've been working on that. This year, I know I'm about to do more catch and shoot. So I've been working on that too. And that's the aspect of the game I've been working on the most, to be consistent and doing what I got to do.
In the third quarter, you were credited with a block against Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Did you actually get the block?
Yeah. I hope so. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I had it. I had it. Perfect.
And I believe you said over the summer that you hadn't blocked him, at least when you guys went up against each other in practice. So I guess, what was it like doing that for the first time in an NBA game?
That's just what I wanted. I wanted to dunk on him, but it was a little too much, I'll say. I had the block, so I'm happy with it.
You mentioned yesterday that you guys were going to be talking trash to each other, mostly in French, so that no one else could hear what was going on. Did that happen? How much talking was going on between you two?
We talked a little bit more before the game because we were in the game at the same time a lot. So when I blocked him, I looked at him a little bit, but couldn't talk that much. And before the game, we talked a little bit, and he got the dub though.
What was going well for you at the beginning of that fourth quarter? You guys had a 21-9 start in that first 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You and Corey in particular were responsible for a lot of the offense. What was going well for you guys then?
We were just, playing great defense. They had a lot of turnovers, and we were running the floor. That's what we got to do. We young, we can run. Denny was throwing good passes, Corey too. So, just running the floor is one of our best points, I'll say, on the game. So that's what we got to do more, I'll say. When we met, we were watching highlights of LeBron James, everybody, and we were like, oh yeah, I wish I could be there, and now we're here. So.